My name is Brigit Mustaine. I am the Associate Area Director for Young Life in the Greater Lansing area. When I was in high school, I got involved with Young Life, which is a Christian outreach organization that works in public middle schools and high schools around the country and actually internationally. Became a Christian through that ministry, and because of that, it's always been something that's been super important to me. I was a Young Life leader in college. When I graduated from college, I went on staff with Young Life, actually in Florida, and was on staff there for about 5 years. And then I've kind of been on and off staff. I had a couple kids, got married first, then had a couple kids. 3 years ago, really felt like this was something I wanted to get back into. I decided to come check it out. Was really excited about the idea of working with a lot of Michigan State students. Yeah, we made the move here 3 years ago, and I love the position that I'm in at the moment. I think being able to work with college leaders is what I'm really passionate about. I got my master's in counseling. That piece of my background really helps me do my job a lot better. It is next to impossible not to do this without growing in your faith. What has increased probably over the years from when I gave my life to Christ to now is my reliance on Him, and that has stretched my faith and has taught me a lot. In terms of trying to share the gospel with adolescents, Young Life really has a market on how to do that really well. I agree with the ways that they go about doing it, and I feel like it's impactful and effective. You know, I think a part of what plays into that is just the difference that it made in my own life. I was able to see something for the first time in a way that I'd never seen it before, and it made sense to me. I so badly want to communicate that to adolescents today. So I'd say Young Life is Incarnational Ministry would be the best definition of who we are as a mission. And what I think that means for me and for us is just the idea that Jesus Christ was the incarnation of God, that He came down in the flesh. And so we as Young Life leaders, we go where kids are. We meet them where they are at. It really starts with us going to them and showing up in their lunchroom, at the basketball game, at their swim meet, at their choir concert. Wherever they gather, we show up, and they start to realize this. And when they realize that someone who isn't one of their peers is standing in the student section, they question that and they ask why, what are you doing here? And that's where we get the opportunity, maybe just to explain to them that we really do care about them and want to be with them. And part of that is how we show the love of Christ through that. They don't have a whole lot of people that show up for them like that, but Young Life leaders are those people who do that. And I think that's what makes all the difference in the world. The ministry that we do at Club matters. We promise kids that we're going to give them the best hour of their week, and we try to do that. It's controlled chaos in a sense, or a party with a purpose. We do all sorts of games, mixers, songs, where we're inviting kids to participate. All of that eventually leads up to a talk where we are, in the end, inviting them into a relationship with Jesus. It hits them right where they're at, and they know that, it feels like, man, you were speaking right to my heart tonight. Somehow you knew what I needed to hear. And we want to make sure we understand our kids so that we can speak in a way that speaks to them. There's this slogan that would say it's a sin to bore a kid with the gospel. And we recognize that, and we want to make Jesus Christ the most attractive person on the planet to them, because we believe that He is. Camp matters a whole lot as well, because we take them out of their environment. We take away their technology, and I think our leaders do a really good job of asking intentional questions during that time, questions that kids aren't getting asked by anybody else. It gives them the opportunity to share their heart in a way that maybe they didn't even realize they wanted to so badly. We all desire that depth of relationship, and we all desire to have people in our life that care about us, and we want to do that for others as well. Real relationships happen face to face. To even sit down and say, I'm going to listen, it's harder. It's way more time consuming. But it's so incredibly life-giving. And I think that's why Young Life just has never had a problem succeeding. Honestly, when you look at the mission of Young Life, we're doing absolutely nothing different than we did 77 years ago. when we first started. What continues to spark me to want to continue to do this is just noticing that the people that you meet, and they're forever type of people. They're not people that are going to kind of come into your life and you may never see them again. And they're also the type of people that, man, you can pick up right where you left off. I believe that the difference maker is that Christ is at the center of it all. And so even when it does get really hard, because it's going to, but when we can bring it back to what we need to be all about, what we claim that we're all about, it's about pointing people towards Jesus. And if we just continue to do that, then it sort of feels like we can't screw this thing up. I would love to keep doing what I'm doing. I could do this job for a really long time. There's really nothing quite like it. I think that's what I love most about it.